We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome.
Hello, dear participants. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're joining this session from. We'll be starting a session now. Please allow me a minute so I can share my screen and we can start with today's session. And here we go. I hope you all can see my screen. And I would love to give you all a very warm welcome to our learning series, Global Skill Development Council, Certified Learning Skills in Generative and Agentic AI, Transforming Risk, Compliance, and Growth, with a theme that is driving compliant growth with generative and agentic AI. My name is Preetham. I'll be here as moderator. Do let me know if you have any question or concern. Feel free to reach out to me over the chat box, and I'm very happy to assist you all. And we have this incredible panel of speaker lined up for this week, which is happening 9 to 13th February 2026. We had some amazing previous session as well. So do join us for all the remaining sessions. Please make a note of the time zone. It is happening at the same time, that is 7:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And before we could start with our session today, we would love to introduce our hosting organization, GSDC. We're known as Global Skill Development Council. We are vendor agnostic, vendor neutral. We are globally recognized certification body, and we are accredited by ABICP. We do have 100 plus certification portfolio with us, and we have certified more than 250,000 professionals worldwide. We have 100 plus ATP authorized training partner with us. We are associated with 1,000 plus multinational corporates and 50 plus universities. And we do have 500 plus subject matter experts. Our subject matter experts, they work with us closely to help us with our exams, programs, and all the deliverables. As I mentioned that we do have 100 plus authorized training partner across the countries. So I would love to thank you, those who have joined us to our training partner channel. In case if you're looking for any training program for yourself, feel free to reach out to our training partners to have an inquiry about it. I'll share the contact details shortly in the chat box. A special thanks to our official media partner, World Press Hub. They cover all our events and press releases. I would love to introduce our GSDC AI Studio to those who have joined us for the first time. So this is a platform where we are providing 100 plus live sessions monthly on AI, which is led by global experts, where you will be getting 4 daily sessions, which is 45 minutes of live impactful sessions along with the hands-on learning, real-time practice, which means you can apply all the concept that you have learned in that particular session. And in case if you have any question or doubts, that will be resolved instantly. So this is the opportunity where you will be learning from the AI leaders around the globe. And this training is aligned with the industry standards for the job ready skills. So how you can access to GSDC AI Studio and what all the next steps for this. So to understand more about GSDC AI Studio, get in touch with our learning advisor for more information. I'll share the contact details shortly in the chat box. So as I mentioned in my previous slide, that we do have a certification portfolio, which includes certification on learning and development, HR, generative AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management, PMO, agile DevOps, SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and so on. So this certification is specifically designed for all the professionals who want to upskill themselves and to stay industry relevant in this AI era, right? So if you want to know more about this certification program, kindly get in touch with our learning advisor, or you can check our website, which is mentioned below, www.gsdcouncil.org, to check all the information regarding all the certifications and other offerings that GSDC has for all of you. So what all benefits you will be getting with this? You will become GSDC's member for a lifelong. With that, you'll be getting certificates upgrade, free access to all our workshop, boot camps, events, and guess what? Free access to all our exclusive learning program that we have. Along with that, you will be getting implementation resources, speaker invites, and newsletter. Lot of benefits, right? If you want to know more about these benefits and understand in a better way, get in touch with our learning advisor. They're always there to help you with all the certification and benefits they will able to tell you. So I will share the contact details shortly in the chat box. So without any further delay, I would love to introduce our today's speaker, Vidura Vijayakul. He's a senior AI ML engineer and technical leader specializing in a building scalable production grade machine learning and generative AI systems. Currently serving as a senior software engineer and line manager at Vitusa, he leads solution architecture design and delivery of complex cloud native AI applications on AWS. With prior experience as a co-founder and COO of Trinet Innovations, Vidura brings a strong business and societal lens to AI, driven by his philosophy of AI for all. He has delivered 45 plus AI projects, conducted 50 plus technical workshops, and mentored 350 plus professionals and students globally. He actively collaborates on innovative R&D initiatives, high impact AI projects, and leadership engagement. We are delighted to have you, Vidira. Let's explore today's topic: how autonomous AI agents operate in business environments without human micromanagement. You can have the handle of the virtual mic now. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so sorry, Vidura. We are unable to hear you actually. Can you check? Just to confirm, we are still unable to hear you. And I can see that you're not on mute. You're unmute. Still, your audio is not yet. I apologize for the inconvenience, dear participants. Please be there, as our speaker will still figuring out the issue and he will join us back. Thank you.
Can you hear me right now?
Perfect. Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. So, welcome you all attendees. Actually, if you have any questions, you can ask in the question and answers like while I'm presenting. I would like to let you know at the initial stage. And if you feel like the technical issues that I just experienced, so please let us know in the chat itself so I can actually remedy it quickly. So, yeah, let's start the presentation and like what we are going to do. So, I would like to have your idea as well when I'm moving forward with the presentation. But since we have like a 1 hour time period, so let's just like share like let me like share what I actually learned with this like AI agents and multi-agent systems without micromanagement. And at the end of the Q&A, you can ask the questions and we can sync together. So, okay, let me share my screen. I hope you can see my screen. Please confirm.
Yes, Vidura, we can see your slides.
Yeah, thank you, Freedom. So, autonomous enterprise scaling AI agents without micromanagement. So I know in the audience there are like a couple of like levels of people. So with respect to knowledge level, so there are like freshers, beginners level. There are people who are actually getting into AI. So they have like a learning curve of like learning machine learning. What is machine learning? What is AI? And what is deep learning? And what is like the beginning of the Gen AI. So we know like attention all you need. That like 2018 paper, 17 paper. So likewise, you have like a learning curve to learn, but you are the pressure and like get started. And there are like people who actually have like medium level of experience of like playing with like large language models, and you know some of the tools that in the industry, and there are like people who are actually more like kind of like expert level people. So actually, when we are moving into this this discussion, I would like to let you know that you need only one thing to understand what I'm presenting, and to understand what is actually the discussion that happening within these days actually. So you might hearing about like social AI agent networks like Moltbook and OpenClaw AI agent, and like a lot of AI news are there. So you might feeling, okay, there are a lot of AI news that actually come into my feed like every day. And a lot of AI research papers are publishing in Elsevier, in Archive, and a lot of research papers are like stacking up and together. I cannot keep it all together. And in the industry side, you can see like a lot of tools are there and a lot of models are like releasing. So Anthropic releasing one model, and also OpenAI releases one tool. And Perplexity, they are not giving up also. They are also releasing some model and version too. So there's like a big competition out there in the industry and also in the academia to like research more. Like there's a like research paper published like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago about like they are breaking the context window limit, and they have to like planning on like without context limit window limit to like something different. So I will share in the like Q&A session what that paper about. So a lot of interesting things are happening in the industry and both academia. And the problem is, like, I think you have seen my like initial note before the workshop. So how we gonna scale up our AI agents without micromanagement? So that's what we are going to see right now. So evolution, we need to see what is the evolution. So from interface to infrastructure. So interface to infrastructure means like I have prepared this presentation to match with all kind of like the participant levels. So if I like go more technical sounded, so some of the parties like the freshers, they won't understand. And if I go like too simple, I mean, it's simple is simply good, but if I like miss the actual tech points, so that won't be like necessary as well. So I'm following like a intermediate level. So as you can see, I have like 3 things in when we are considering about interface to infrastructure. So we are going to talk like we can see like first thing is chatbots. So chatbots is like information and Q&A type AI infrastructure, and we can see co-pilots are there. Co-pilots means like collaborative one-to-one ratio, I would say, and agents are there. So hot topic in the current era. So like 2024, like I would say 2024 September, most likely to now, we have like more exponential growth in AI agents and like AI agents, and then going into the agentic AI versus AI agents. Then we are moving to multi-agents and so on and so on. But if you look at the history of AI, like the initiation of 1956, that the definition of AI. So the AI agent is like a concept actually existed back in there. Only difference is like what it is made of, like what kind of like programming language that we have used back then. What we are using right now. What kind of industry standard we have used then. What we are industry standards we are using now. Likewise, the content is different, but the AI agents concept has been well 50, 60 years back actually. So I would say agentic solutions are like one-to-end scale, and chatbots are like informational Q&A stage. So we have been seeing like chatbots like very early websites and very early solutions. So what we need to understand is like in 2026, so it's not about like building like a most powerful application. It's about like building a most practical application. So if you have like a multi-agent system consists of like 15 agents, and they have powered by like most advanced large language models ever existed. But if they couldn't actually, let's say HR platform is there, if they couldn't like automate the process of like 10 applicants and correctly identify whether to proceed and whether to reject, so that's a problem, that's a bottleneck. So we need to understand how the human micromanagement is going to play in this manner. So this actually opens for like another discussion. I would like to explain it later. So yeah, let's go. Let's move on actually. So the micromanagement trap. So I would like to explain the micromanagement trap. So as you can see, there are like a discussion that people are saying that, okay, we should be in like always in the loop of like human in the loop of like managing the AI agents, like governing the AI agents, because they have like a risk of AI ethics, AI security and governance. So which is like a I think like ongoing topic that all of the countries, all of the experts in industry and academia are focusing right now. But at the same time, that micromanagement will actually reduce our efficiency in industry, and as well as like have like fallbacks. So this is what it's called micromanagement trap. So like AI velocity is very high, as you have been seeing. Like for a week, there are a lot of research is happening, and doing the research like per week is increasing. And because of the AI companies and like also the governments are spending on AI, tech, AI and ML with their GDP, like percentile is increasing. So we can see the velocity is increasing and increasing. So it's not gonna like slow down. But at the same time, so that's why I mentioned like in the flow rate, you can see uh, kind of like it's like increasing manner if you go down and down. And you can see the error rate, like you can see in the screen, error rate is increasing as well when it comes to the human approval. So if we like lose like whole like human approval, no human approval at all, so the error rate is there. And there are like risk of AI ethics, governance and security are there. And at the same time, we have to make sure we are not like slowing down our AI innovations. And we have three things that we need to focus on. So the first one is speed limit. Speed limit is like whenever there's a human, whenever there was like a human agent, like human is like observing or monitoring or like interfering whatever the AI agents are doing or multi-agent systems are doing. So we need to make sure that doesn't actually become like a latency increment factor. And then second thing is like the cognitive load. Cognitive load means like we have to understand what kind of things can create errors. Okay, so we need to like review fatigue, like it will what are the fatigue that create errors. Okay, so that's why this bottleneck is there. Okay, so the AI velocity is like it's like going speed, but we have to like make it like okay, slow down. We need to see like what kind of output we are giving to the society, what kind of contribution that we are doing to society. That's what this micromanagement will actually help coming in the first place. But at the same time, it will be a trap because we need to make sure where the micromanagement does not actually slow down our innovation progress. And the third one is the scalability cliff. So we cannot scale one-to-one supervision in the human network. So let's say like if the AI agents do like simple tasks like and the human also to review all of the tasks. So that means like additional 100% of like that effort is going for the human. So actually that's a waste to that's a cost to the company. So cost to a company is like it's demotivating the investors as well as the CECO executives as well, because we actually more focused on having like a productive, sustainable product, sustainable output with AI and ML innovation. So that should not be like a kind of like a fun research AI project that okay we can show to the public. Okay, this is a very good project. You can see these are outputs, but at the end of the day, you have to see the numbers and you have to see how much sustainable impact that AI innovation should do. So when we are comparing to that, and when we are like assessing the like effort that we are going to as like see what kind of output that AI tool is giving, or like what kind of this AI infrastructure is giving as output. So the effort should be minimum. Effort should be minimum, and at the same time we have to manage the micromanagement as well. So this is what is called micromanagement trap. So I think you got like a small idea like what is I have been given in this slide. So let's move on. So to understand like what is autonomous agent, I will give like a short overview of anatomy like of autonomous agent. You might have heard about like different definitions of agents. So like agent can be like a the entity that actually in the environment itself reacting to the environment, whatever the environment is behaving, the entities itself reacting to the environment and doing some actions. So like first concept of agent is coming from the machine learning itself. Like when we are learning about like very early career, let's say if you are learning about reinforcement learning, that's where the agent concept is coming on. Or if you are doing like a very early stage career, so let's say if you are doing the AI problem solving or AI planning itself, you are defining an entity called agent. Agent itself doing the actions in the environment and see what kind of rewards or what kind of penalties are coming up. So that's the first thing that we have known. We got to know what is agent in the AIML industry, like AIML field actually. So in this scenario, the autonomous agent actually does not like very different from that, but there's a difference actually. So I'm going to like explain in using this slide. You can see we have a brain, and we have eyes, we have hands, and we have memory. So four things are there. So the brain means like large language model, of course. So that's a thinking point. So like a human, we are using brain. So like agents, we are using LLM. So LLM is for reasoning and planning. So basic foundational models. And the eyes means like perception. So the perception is important to understand what is happening with the environment. So it can be ingesting logs, API like Jira or anything. So I have given some examples like industrial, like the keywords actually. So those are not reflect, okay, these are the exact thing that actually perception factors for the AI agent, but these are some of the keywords that are given. Because let's say at the end of the workshop, after the end of the workshop, so you understand what my concept, then after that you need to search something. So I actually warmly welcome you all to like reach out to me via LinkedIn after the session. You can ask any questions. But let's say if you are searching on own, so I encourage all like my mentees to like search your own, and if you feel very struggling, then come back to me. So that way we can actually be self-learners and teach others. So these are the keywords that you can remember. Okay, if you are talking about perception, and there are more. Okay, so not only these, there are like a lot of keywords actually there when we are coming to the autonomous agent, but there are like some like you can see like Jira and Slack how this go as perception. But yeah, trust me. So these keywords actually they are there. But if you like kind of looking at like a SEO perspective, you can see these keywords in the like most of the web researchers, like a lot of researchers with respect to AI agents, you will be surprised. So that's why I keep these keywords in there. And the third one is the hands. So the hands means like tools. So what are the tools of the AI agents, like autonomous agents? So it can be API calls, it can be a SQL execution. So if you like know about like the current scenario of the AI agents, you might heard about like MCP, and as well as you have like A to A, agent to agent. So A to A, you can have seen, you have may have seen mainly like Google Agent Development Kit environment related to GCP, and as well as Anthropic, and you have seen like MCP tools. So MCP tools are like a very powerful architecture, but in other way, it actually have like some security risk as well from the MCP tools. But we can talk about later. And the fourth one is the memory. So the memory is like mostly like a lot of like low level application we can see as vector DB. And I have taken a like example of like long term contest detection as a RAG, retrieval augmented generation as the kind of like a memory acting as a memory. But there are like a lot of things actually when we are talking about the memory itself. But to gain like a basic understand, I think these four parts will give you like a basic idea. So this is kind of like an anatomy of autonomous agent. Okay, let's move on. And when we are talking about moving on, so you can see like when we are moving on, we have to understand what kind of things that we have to focus on automating AI agents. So automating AI agents is like as I mentioned, so we are not giving like fully control to anything. Fully control to anything is like a trap, and we have to make sure kind of like a balancing thing. So it's like a algorithmic perspective, like balancing the exploitation exploration, kind of like similar kind of thing. We are thinking the same thing in the autonomous enterprise scaling agents. So talking about these prompts actually, so you can see the replacing prompts. So one thing is we have to understand is, so what we need to understand is like we are kind of like moving away from vibe based prompting. Okay, and you can see like vibe coding is existing right now. So a lot of like coding models are there, and they actually very like helpful to like non-technical product owners and like non-technical people to build their innovations. That's really good, because earlier stage like we have like seen like people like they need to like reach out to software engineers and like software builders to like to gain their innovation, and some people they actually lag behind because they actually couldn't able to like have like a solid proof of idea because they don't have any innovation. But now they can actually, so let's say like a non-tech person, they can actually think idea, they can build the idea upon that, like a demo itself, not the enterprise grade level, but the demo itself, they can print, like develop the idea and present to the investors. So winning the investor is like kind of easy right now, but at the same time now the bars are now higher. So you have to make sure like AI security, governance, and ethics are also there in your product type. So coming like again to this our discussion, so we are moving away from this vibe-based prompting towards SOP integration. So SOP integration, like when we are talking about this enterprise, I think you will know. So we need a like deterministic logic. So we should not go with the stochastic logic source, not random. So for example, let's say if we are processing like a refund, so we don't just like AI to be say like we don't tell the AI to be careful. Okay, so we give it like a decision point, and if the amount is over like some kind of threshold, it must check fraud score. Okay, and if the fraud score is too high, as you can see in the chart, it triggers a safety alert like so and tells, okay, this is how you should perform, and this is how you make AI predictable and reliable. And that's how our prompting actually replaces with our SOPs. So as you can see, this like I have given this like chart to like simplify what is happening with the prompts. So that's how the SOP integration it's look like. And the next thing is I want to mention on. So when we are moving with the AI agents, so I talked about first thing is okay, AI agents is what are the anatomy of autonomous AI agents, and moving with the current vibe coding culture, and we are not going with the SOPs, and we are not kind of going forward with the replacing prompts, because that also is essential if we want to escape the micromanagement trap. Now let's focus on operational foundation. Now cloud. So for the cloud, I'm choosing AWS for now, but you can actually map it to GCP, Oracle, any platform, Azure maybe, to see what kind of operational foundation that we can implement to like escape from our micromanagement trap. So micromanagement is like a big issue. So a lot of people are not like mostly talk about, but if now I am happy to see like a lot of AI safety initiatives now are talking about this operational foundation, not operational foundation, but micromanagement trap when it comes to govern the AI bodies. So yeah, so you can see this kind of like architecture. So I know like all of you might not be understanding like what are these things and everything, but like if you look at the actual architecture, you can see this is kind of like an operational foundation with the AWS. This is a kind of a like a, that if you are getting a user input, and you can see let me explain. So in the left side you can see the user input is there. So user input can be anything. Okay, so let's say this is application of like a document processing in HR department, like CV processing. Okay, so we actually there's like a movement. I think you already know the movement of like cloud-based AI with the AI agents, and AWS introduces like MSC like AWS Bedrock agents and architecture as well. And GCP, you can see we already have Vertex AI, but now like in last year and the year before last year, we have the Google Agent Development Kit, and the Agent Development Kit also help us to like develop more agents, AI agents. So you can see the cloud-based AI solutions are there. And if you are looking at this one, you can see the user input is there as the first. And if you see there, the user inputs is hitting our Gen AI gateway. So Gen AI gateway, let's say like we are using Light LLM, and from the Light LLM, you can see from their land graph. I think you have heard about land graph. So it has actually act as a central orchestrator. So it actually running on AWS Lambda. So it pulls context from MSN S3 and opens search for like memory. And you can see the use MS and Bedrock as a primary brain. And finally, it executes action through like Zendesk. So this created like a closed loop system. As you can see, this is a closed loop system. So this is one of the things like I want to show you this with the closed loop system. But the same system we can actually create a different like tools and different things. It totally depends on your costs, like estimated cost, and how you are going to scale up the application. So the things that I'm using right now in like as an example might not be fit for your application depending on the scalability purpose. But yeah, but this is like one example that I got. So this is a closed loop system. Okay. Now let's look at the self-healing loop. So I had just explained this closed loop system. So closed loop system, it's actually now what we are going to do is now we are going to transition from our previous closed loop system to self-healing loop. So self-healing loop is like this is one of the most critical features of like a autonomous agent. So self-healing ability, because we are not there to actually see what are the errors, what are the feedbacks actually given by the AI agent. So AI agent itself actually manage these things. AI agent itself should be able to heal like whatever the errors and whatever the issues are there. So that's why I just explained the closed loop system, because AI agent is now in their own. Okay, now we are going to see like this critical feature, and when AI agent take an action and encounters a failure or error, so it should not just like stop an AI agent. Okay, so as you can see, it should not stop and ask for a human help. It like should enter like a reflection phase. A reflection phase is like it analyzes the error. Perhaps it's like missing like a semicolon or like a syntax error or like something, and performs a correction by rewriting its own code. And this ability to self-correct results can be result in like maybe statistical measurable improvement. So there are like valuation measures that we can check how the model is performing. Like there are a lot of things that we can see. So this is called self-healing loop. So this is not like restrict only to the errors handling like in the code itself, but this is actually go beyond than the error code handling to maybe go to the real use case handling. So I think you all know, like some of you know, like robotic automation process. So we are moving from that robotic automation process to this intelligent process. So intelligent processing means like let's say in the like logistic or like supply chain, if we like a request, the bad request is happening right now, and let's say like okay, if it is too like too complex for you to like process, let's say okay, so let's say like a e-store is there, online store is there, and autonomous AI agent makes sure the all of the online customer requests are processed, and whatever the customer request actually came from the portal itself sent to the warehouse. So you can see like unusual 2 or 3 requests from the online like e-customers, and you need to like deal with this like problem like unusual customers. Either you have to like re-request for them to like apply for like a okay, please apply this correctly, and or you have to make sure that if there's a like error happening from their end, okay, if there's a like a error happening from the system end. So there are like lot of these are like a real practical issue. Okay, so I have seen in like some of the online retail stores, like customers are trying to put their request for let's say like application like DoorDash. So people are trying to like make their purchases or request, or like forget the DoorDash, or like some of the like applications for like food stores. So people are trying to get the kind of like their request, but system and there are like an issue. But from the AI agent, it's seen as like okay, this is a bad request. Likewise, then it rejects the like whatever the request that customer made, and customer will be unsatisfied. So in this kind of situation, there should be like a self-healing loop, or like there should be like a remedy to deal with this situation. So that's where this self-healing loop is going to help you, and it is going to actually look into these kind of scenarios and make a remedy, or like make a suggestion itself to okay, there's like retry again. I'm just giving like simple example. So likewise, it should be like a self-healing loop, and human in loop should be entered. It is only critical stage, not like every time. Okay, so if in only in critical stage only, like a whole system failure or like a very serious issue, the human should be intervened. But I will tell you in the next slides why it is important, because this is very different in industry to industry. This is not like a universal rule. I will tell you why. Okay. So constitutional AI, the perfect time to be in there. Governance as a code. So people are saying like, okay, when we are talking about AI governance, so you have been seeing in your LinkedIn like a lot of like articulators, like lot of books are there and a lot of like PDFs are there in the like in LinkedIn and in websites, and those are like very comprehensive and very understand. Like sometimes like a lot of like rules are there, but have you ever think like how we are going to establish these things in like our AI agents? So that's a big like a challenge, isn't it? So let's say like if you have like a simple AI agent actually rewrite whatever the things that you have, right? Like not rewriting, let's say, then there's an AI agent actually in the hospital system. So it will actually manage whatever the customer like patient logs, and it can analyze what is the interaction between doctor and patients. So there should be like a governance as code implemented in that solution. Otherwise, if there is no governance as code, I will tell you why. So this is actually simplest example I can give you in the presentation slide itself, but I will explain it in the example that I just chose. So let's say if there's like an AI agent maintaining the patient logs, and if there's like no governed structure to maintain that, if there's like a snack there or like a complex error is happened there, so how it going to like how AI agent is going to keep continue to do the actions? So it can be like, let's say it should be able to like manage different customers simultaneously, different patients simultaneously, or like urgent requests like simultaneously, and that kind of like stretching should be there for the AI agent. And also if there's like a cybersecurity attacks are there, I mean cybersecurity attacks can be anywhere, not only the banks, okay? So even in the hospital, because data is very like data can be like known as like a new era of oil. So in 21st century, data is the new oil. So people are using like malicious attackers, they actually love to hack the data. So let's say in the hospital itself, that using that agent, maybe like an adversarial attack or like any other like cybersecurity attack, they are going to get the data from the system. That's where this governance code is very important. We have like standards as like ISO 42001, 42005, and we have like a lot of AI policies are there and standards. So those AI standards should be actually other base policies of our AI agents. But as you can see, a lot of AI agents and multi-agent system actually having not having these kind of like standards for now, but they're actually implementing it right now. They're actually implementing right now. Might be like next year, 2 years, we can see like a lot of AI agents actually based on this. But in the industry itself, like now is this era is the era that actually we are implementing governance code like many applications. So this is why I use this slide. So for example, if you are using a user prompt as an input, and we have constitutional principles, so be helpful, be harmless, and be honest. These are three simple rules. I actually have this is a kind of an analogy of like whatever the ISO 42001. I'm not telling ISO 42001 is representing these three ones. I'm just giving, let's take this as an example of our AI policy. And with this example, with this AI bias, then our input will be like a safe response. Okay. So this is why it's very critical. So if you are looking at the early stage of like our large language provider services like ChatGPT and other tools, you have been seeing like a lot of like security issues, and security issues were there. And why it's there? Because the governance as code is not implemented. But now you can see the OpenAI is like more responsible, and they are actually giving having like more standards on like, okay, you don't enter your law or like a medical information into a chatbot, and if there's like a low case, it can be like referred as like a evidence, like kind of like. And in the code itself, you cannot just like less and less manipulative now. So this is the beauty of the governance as code. That's why this is very important when we are going to analyze managing of a micromanagement trap, because these all things are linked up to that model there. And circuit breakers and safety bumpers. So this is actually directly goes to our AI safety. So circuit breaker condition means like whatever let's say these are like very simple loops that you have seen in like early college, like when you are doing programming you have seen, okay, if else for loops. Okay, so think of like these conditions, very basic things, but in a, like a larger scale. So if you are going to build an AI application as an executor, like a developer, how you are going to see yourself, how you are going to make sure this AI agent itself, autonomous agent itself, will be safe to your customers. And we should not be in every time to manage, okay, if this is response is good or bad, okay, if this is response is good or bad, we shouldn't be there. So that's why these like AI safety is also essential to remove our human in loop, like consistent human in loop, instead of consistent human in loop, having a like AI safety barrier to make sure that is giving like a good response, that giving a safe response. So no more like attacker can come like, you know, having like a LLM pass, and whenever there's like a response hidden, so you cannot get no more, you cannot get it like your password or credentials from your AI applications. So actually this is very concerned, and this is very relevant topic when we are actually seeing like most of like low level application, high level application, like, you know, a lot of like a application made by like a normal community are vibe coding. So this is like a very interested topic, and we should talk more about that. And yeah, traceability log means like you should, like traceability log is very important. What have you done from this date to this date is very important, because without traceability log we cannot do the micromanagement as well. I mean, for the even the agent cannot understand what is happening right now. If the agent can have this traceability log very prepared, then it can actually do the self-healing loop, and it can do the work execution of like that whatever the jobs that they require to, without micromanagement. And yeah, human in the loop. So this is what we have there. So yes or no, past approval. So the future is like we are kind of auditor, but now we are moving from there as well. We should be the like kind of like critical scenario handler, auditor plus slash auditor, and we don't like micromanage all of the actions. That will actually kill our time, and that will actually loosen the purpose of having the AI in the first place. So we actually in 1914 1950, the AI is self-purpose to like machine learning. I'm not saying like AI itself, but machine learning in the early stage, what it does is whatever the living thing is done, like whatever the action that it does, it kind of like mimicking it. And why we are doing that, we are kind of like expecting it to do it for us. But if we are do a micromanagement, that there's an issue. So that's how this human on the loop will be reduced, and it is more smarter human on the loop. And one of the use cases I would like to get autonomous software engineer, because autonomous software engineer, you can see like in LinkedIn, like if you get 100 posts, 80% of the posts are about Claude AI now. I mean, recent few days, okay? Claude AI, what are the advances and how to use your Claude AI cheat sheet, and Opus 4.6 and Open 4.6 versus the Codex 5.2, and where we are now. So a lot of LinkedIn posts, and your brain will rot. Okay, what we are going to, what are things that I not need to know. So this is the use case I have taken to give you some idea like why why we are needed micromanagement in a like a very smarter way, not like parent is take care of each child. So let's say I'm just getting like a one kind of like execution that we have seen. Let's say one of the customer, one of the, let's say in the internal HR department. So if there's a like issue to the employee, so Jira ticket can be created as the first step to inform the issue. And after that, when that Jira ticket created, so most of the companies have like AI agents right now, autonomous AI agents. So they will handle the request processing and request sending and whatever the if there's a request for finance department, agent itself communicate with finance department and escalate to there. Maybe to the HR department, it will escalate to there. Likewise, it do this autonomous execution. And this autonomous execution should include this agent reproduction, test case written, and code fix applied. So all of these things should be there in the autonomous software engineering. So whenever there is a Jira ticket created, that these things should be there. So I as for this scenario, I'm taking a software engineer. So software engineer itself, when the technical lead or product owner needs kind of this fix to be fixed, and for that kind of Jira ticket can be created. So when it applies, this test case written and code fix applied, everything can be should be done, but with the our AI self-healing loop. Self-healing loop, we have governance as code and as well as safety. So if that happens, then we can pull requests can be created as a human review. So this is kind of a one use case can be taken as autonomous AI agent, but at the same time we need to be understand we have to understand whatever the actions do by autonomous agents should be reviewed with a less micromanagement. So that's what called smarter micromanagement. So in this scenario, human manual review, but as you can see in the GitHub as well, there are some modification and upgrades to pull request creation and actually handling. So I think you have seen these things as well. So yeah, and governance matrix is very important when we are talking about this. And when we are talking about the governance matrix, it is very important to understand. First thing is complexity and risk and consequences. So if we are looking at the complexity wise, we have autonomous agent human on the loop at high risk and high risk and high complexity. And if you are looking at the prohibited strict human control, they are low risk, low complexity, but that does not match with our industry speed. And if you are looking at automation, scripts, RPA, I mentioned RPA, okay? So robotic process automation, and we are going with the intelligent process automation right now. So IPA is also kind of moving with the less micromanagement and autonomous AI agents. But this is actually low complexity and actually low complexity and kind of a high risk. And Copilot itself, you can see the high risk and the low risk and high complexity is there. So likewise, we have the complexity. You can see this is how it look like. And based on the risk itself, some companies actually choosing this application based on risk itself. There are okay, we are more risky based, so we are going to choose this option. Okay, so if we are more risky and we don't need much complexity, we are going to use automation, RPA. Maybe an improvised version IPA, then it goes to high risk again, so high complexity. And if we are having a high complexity but at the same time we need a low risk, might be we are going with different thing. Okay, so likewise we are choosing things. Okay, so as we can see, the complexity wise and the risk and consequences wise, we can have these 4 categories. And future, the multi-agent systems, but multi-agent systems itself, this is not like multi-agent system that we have seen in 2025, but these are multi-agents with agent system with AI governance, security, and ethics. So I have not talked about ethical framework, but I don't need to specifically talk about this. But you may have seen deep fakes of actors, billionaires, and lot of information are circulating and blackmailing, and also the real info mixing with the fake info, and the blackmailing is from different communities are there. So you can understand the ethical perspective of why should we actually manage our AI systems and AI infrastructure. So it is more relevant, and we should be more aware of the ethical aspect of agents. So with the multi-agent system, we can have coding agent, research agent, testing agent, security agent, many of the agents as we like. But at the same time, we have to make sure whatever the agent is publishing in here should be governed by like AI, like our standards, like ISO 2001, maybe should be adhered by this standard, and it should be having a more ethical perspective. Like for example, it should not it should have like a ethical guidelines. So the governance standard itself has like ethical and security guidelines, but at the same time, so ethical guidelines should be there, should be ethical, it should be at the end of the day, it should give like a good purpose, good output to the society. And security purposes, like cybersecurity wise, it should be secure, so customers can interact with our applications, but at the same time, no attackers or no hackers cannot interfere. So when I'm mentioning about the industries, so there are like three industries in the society that actually in risky. So first one is the healthcare. So the healthcare is like most risk industry in the society. Why is that? The data is risky. So these are your data about your health, your life, and these are very important. So whenever we are developing application with respect to healthcare, we should be more cautious. Even we are using that, we should be more cautious. Let's assume you are building a multi-agent system, but without AI governance or ethics or like any of the things, and you are actually deploying it to the enterprise level. But one simple mistake will enough to like ruin like millions of people. So that's why it's more important. And the second one is the finance, like banks. So your money, okay. So simple as that. So it is more like relevant, and you have to understand like one simple mistake will lose all of the money, like millions of money, billions of money. And the third one is like it's also like a very familiar thing. So it's actually not like a very priority thing that I would say country to country difference, but we say is like if we are like having a, like agriculture based country, agriculture, or if we are like a common thing is economy. Okay, economy is not like having the like a financial information. Economy is about all other factors. So economy is also like a data risk platform. That's why some of the countries actually you can see even in Sri Lanka as well, in share markets and some markets are not exposing their data API. Why is that? Because there's a like a risk is there. And yeah, so these are the three industries that I want to make sure like you get in your mind when we are marching forward the future, multi-agent system plus AI governance, security, ethics. So when we are talking about that, if we handle that part, this future, so the micromanagement is going to be like very lesser and lesser, and we can see the agents are doing our work, but our supervision and our effort should be lesser, and it's more easier. So that's how the industry should be going on. So yeah, and wait, I accidentally go to the last slide. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So this is the last slide, but I want to let you know. So we have three things before you like before we like wind up. You should understand. First one is the structure. So whether you are a technical person, non-technical person, you should understand that you can have the ideas, you can have good ideas. So technical person, you can use like the software architectural knowledge and your like all knowledge that you have learned with the early stage like C, C++, Java to then if you migrate to Python, then Python like R and everything, data science plus AI knowledge to build an like a fully structured agent like enterprise grade application. And you have to build that like end to end. For the non-technical person, you can actually have like a demo application with the agents, but up to now like there is no like a real confirmation that actually from the existing large language models that we can build like an enterprise grade level application with the AI governance, security, ethics, because that has like we need like more progress. We have to see like some progress on like leading LLM providers. That hasn't been arrived yet, but up to now the structure should be whoever the person is like building this thing, it should be built with structure from the foundation itself, not just like prompt. So I'm encouraging the people, my mentees, like system development rather than the wrapper development. Wrapper development means like you are getting like a API, LLM API, and build things. That's good for the demo development. That's totally okay. Demo development, you can do that. But if you are developing like a very scalable, structural, and rigid application, then you have to build from the system itself. And the second thing is safety. So safety is like a trust is like a programmable mechanic. So SOPs and guardrails. So that should be essential to make sure like whenever there's like a person, he's in like a human in loop action. He's the like responsible human in loop. So he should be confident enough to see, okay, this my AI agent is safe enough to giving like a safe response to the customer. So I should not be in like every time to see like what is his what my agent is giving. So safety is another factor. And the third one is the governance. So move from in the loop bottlenecks to on the loop auditing. So human in the loop, we are now human on the loop. So that's where this like transition is should be. And multi-agent system also, when I need to like mention human on the loop should be there. It doesn't mean like we are again interacting like whatever we used to be, but it's just more like auditing and kind of like a critical scenario handling. So yeah, so that's actually from my end. It should be like a. It is like this is a very short workshop, and like give a like a basic idea of like in enterprise level, what are the things that we should be able to understand when we are handling micromanagement trap, and what are the real case scenarios, and what are the key things that we need to know. So I think the things that I have explained within a like a less amount of time you might have understood. Before I am giving to the virtual mic to my moderator, I would like to share my LinkedIn as well. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Give me a second. Yep, I think you can already see the screen. I have shared it. Okay. Okay, I've shared my LinkedIn, and if I show you quickly, this is my portfolio. So this is actually my 60th workshop that I have done across 25 plus countries. So over 7 years of journey. So you can see in the link itself, like some of the workshop I had need to like update. So 2026, I need to update some of the workshops, and all of the workshops that I delivered and projects, and you can see it in here. And yeah, see the workshops, and these are the projects that I have done with my previous companies. And this is my concept. So this is my AI with Vidura concept itself. So I'm not only looking at the one industry, but I'm looking at the AI across industries. So you can see education, healthcare, power and energy, agriculture, and so on. Like more than 12 industries, I'm actually doing part-time consulting and doing like a lot of mentorships to people to make you understand what is really happening in the industry. So I'm also like a learning person. There are a lot of things to learn. I'm like compared it to other industry experts and people, there are a lot of things to learn. So I'm also a learner. So please share anything with me, like if you know about the industrial use scenarios, I would love to share my knowledge as well. So thank you for having me. Over to you, moderator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vidura. It was amazing session, I must say, and your PPT was outstanding. I informed you this in the briefing itself that the PPT and the graphic content was so amazing. I can see a lot of appreciation that we are getting across the, through the chat box. So thank you so much for being here. We are really glad to have you, and we look forward for the more collaborations with you. And thank you so much for being open for all the participants and sharing your LinkedIn profile link. So, dear participants, feel free to reach out to our speaker today, Vidura. He's happy to help you all. If you have any concern or anything that you want to discuss related to this session, feel free to reach out to him. And as we're open for the Q&A, you can drop your questions if you have any. For next 5 minutes, we can cover your questions. And after that, we'll proceed with the closing. Thank you so much. Do let us know, participants, if you have any questions for Viduras. Otherwise, we can proceed with the closing. And meanwhile, I would like to tell you all that I do have some great announcement for all of you. So stay connected till the end. Also, I'll be sharing the today's challenge with all of you. So please stay connected till the end and drop the questions in case if you have any questions for Vidura. All right, I can see one question from Arun. So I'll be reading it for you, Vidira. I hope that fine. Hello?
Yeah, human in the loop may be required for the cases where the manager approval is needed real time. Absence of micromanagement is very real time. Yeah, this is a good question, Arun. Thanks for asking the question. So that's like human in the loop. Actually, we need like yeah, in the real scenario, like some of the like most of the scenarios, like human should be there like yeah, like before we coming to like let's say 24 25, but now the industry is moving towards like human on the loop. So human on the loop, like I would like to mention one thing. So you mentioned like how we will manage this in terms of micromanagement. So that's why we are actually proposing this self-healing loop. So self-healing loop, it actually does not like actually only analyze the traceability log or like a find of the like what are the feedbacks that received, but I mentioned in the discussion the agent itself should be built upon policies. So the build upon policies like ISO 42001, what are the standards for the safety, governance, and security, and as well as whatever the use case that industry like that relevant company is handling should be declared in the agent itself. So this is where the manager approval is essential there, and that part, that core component part, we are trying to like reduce it in the industries. Like a lot of companies try to do that, but as per now, when I'm mentioning that also, manager approval for that extremely critical scenario should be in our hand for now, because we can see like the top performing models also kind of like hallucinating to do these things. That's why we are kind of like having like a smarter micromanagement. For the smarter micromanagement where management pool is needed real time, still we are prioritizing the human need, but as well as but like self-healing loop should be do that. That's where if you search the IPA, if you search IPA in the website, like in your Google, so it says intelligent process automation. So the intelligent process automation, don't remember the exact the name of the company. So IPA, they are like try to do this like micromanagement, like they are the extreme critical scenarios, but they are still experimenting it. I will check and let you know. They are still, this is like a supply chain company, so there are like some companies are trying to do these things, but now for the most of the time this manager approval are like absence of like micromanagement, there should be like a mandatory requirement of having like that kind of like critical manager approval is there. I think that answers Tarun's question.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Vidura, for a very detailed explanation. And I hope, Arun, you have got your answer for this question. And let us know if you have any further questions for our speaker. Otherwise, we'll proceed with the closing. And I would like to request you all, please do share your valuable feedback on the reviews.io and let us know how you're finding our session so far. All right. There's one more question from Arun actually. Who will approve the final built version of the AI agent workflow before go live, considering the AI ethics, governance, and safety?
For now, most of the companies human do the approval final build version. There are where's like two couple of scenarios we have seen, like replit actually deleted the entire database, like one scenario. So that's because like that's like an enterprise scale issue. Okay, so that's because like we that it should not be able to like understand the correct regulatory policies correctly. So that's why the micromanagement downgrading is like so much like very important and do it very carefully. So that's why mentioning not the fully like a removal of human micromanager, but instead of like having a smart micromanagement. So if we have a, like a decision, okay, we need to approve the final built version of the AI agent workflow, we should still have the upper hand, because the thing is like still you can see the coding AI agents, and as well as the development stage there are still issues. But that's why we need to have that approval, final end approval to our end. Yeah.
Very well explained. Thank you so much, Vidura. So dear participants, we'll be stopping here with the Q&A. If you have any question, you can reach out to Vidura, or you can drop your questions across social media platform and tag GSDC. We'll make sure that one of our subject matter experts will be getting back to you. And otherwise, you can reach out to Vidura for any concern or any question you have related to today's topic. Thank you so much. And Vidura, before I take the handover back of the virtual mic, do you have any final thoughts to share to all our participants?
Actually, one small thing I need to share: think logically. So logic thinking is very important, whether you are technical or non-technical person. Improve your logical thinking. So if you improve your logical thinking, only you can actually move with the AI world, AI ML world. So anybody can tell, okay, non-technical person cannot enter the AI world. But I don't think there's a distinction between technical or non-technical. Only thing is like, if you think logically or not. If you think logically, you already are like a 50% technical person. Other things are like code syntax and everything. You can just read the code. There are like code syntax for the documentation, and you can have like do some projects and understand the core concepts of like OOP, like software fundamentals and CI/CD pipelines. If you do that, then you eventually become a technical person. If you don't do that, and you have like a non-technical person and say, but you have still do the critical thinking. So that's my only advice. So keep thinking, keep logically thinking whatever that have around you. Yeah, open-minded, actually. Be open-minded.
Thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful and beautiful thought with all our participants today. For non-technical and technical audience, in case if we're having both, I think we have the both audience today who joined us. So thank you so much. Definitely your session is going to be a very helpful for all of them. And we'll look forward to have more sessions with you, Vidura. Thank you so much. Stay connected, as we have already connected, and we'll look forward and we'll coordinate accordingly for the further sessions. Thank you so much. And dear participants, as I mentioned that I do have some great announcement for all of you. So this is regarding the today's challenge. First of all, I would like to share with you all. You can take the screenshot and please do complete your challenge. And after that, what you have to do, you have to complete the challenge and post it over the social media by tagging GSDC and Vidura's account. You can have the LinkedIn, right? So you can tag Vidura as well and complete the challenge, mention the date of the session, and post it across the platform. And we'll be definitely getting back to you with the one of the tasks that we find most creative, right? So complete the challenge. I encourage you all to do that. It's like a hands-on learning that you are getting, right? I hope you all have taken the screenshot of this challenge today. And that's it. Moving to the next slide, that I would love to inform you all that we do have this certification program designed for all of you, all the AI enthusiasts who wants to upskill themselves, right? So we do have this certification: certified AI tool expert, certified generative AI professional, foundation, agentic AI professional, and foundation. Grab this opportunity, as we are providing 20% discount currently on this certification, which is of course a limited time offer. These certifications are globally recognized certification where we are providing learning resources, which means you'll be getting case studies to work on, e-learnings, and book of knowledge. This certification will give you lifelong learnings along with the learning flexibility. You'll be getting chance to connect with our training partners, and you'll be having an opportunity to work on capstone project, that is something real-time AI simulation practice. So do grab this opportunity. I've already shared all the offer details along with the link and the promo code in the chat box. And this is the utility tool. Many of you already aware what is this. And those who have joined us for the first time, let me tell you all, this tool will help you to improve your LinkedIn profile score. It will help you to level up your entire profile. It will help you to build your personal brand, AI generated. It will create AI generated resumes as well, right? So check this out. You can use AUG100 as a code to get 100% discount. And this is only for our webinar attendees. And I'm happy to inform you all. Tomorrow we'll be having the last session of this week with Manisha Arora, and we'll be exploring the topic how AI is transforming business strategy from automated insight to data-driven decisions. So please do join us on the same time slot. And currently, we are conducting 3 webinars in the GSDC. So we have the another series scheduled on ISO Advantage, unlocking risk, compliance, and governance for strategic impact. We have industry experts lined up for this week, 9 to 13th February 2026, with the time slot 8:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Singapore, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do join us. And this is another series we are conducting on learning and development beyond training, how modern organization builds skills, performance, and workforce readiness. So do join us this week. It is happening 9 to 30th February 2026 with the time slot 9:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Singapore, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. As you all can see, we have this incredible panel of experts. So do not miss this. Do join us for all the sessions that is happening, and also you can refer your friends or colleagues to this session, and by doing that you'll be getting rewards which is worth $400. So let me introduce you all to our referral champions. Let's congratulate to them. They have referred maximum people: Leela Venkat Sati, Suman Kumar Sundi, and Saros Sahu. So we'll be getting back to them for the rewards, as I mentioned, which is worth $400. So I will be announcing all the final winners at the end of this series, and we'll be getting back to all the winners who have earned 50 or more than 50 points by referring people to sessions, to our knowledgeable sessions, right? And in case if you're looking for any speaker opportunity at GSDC, feel free to drop your speaker profile on pritam@gstcouncil.org or pratibha@gstcouncil.org, and we are happy to proceed further with the speaker opportunity in case all the criteria gets met. We do have a global platform for all of you, learning capsule, webinar, and podcast. So have this opportunity, and we would love to connect with you all over social media. You can scan this QR, connect with us on LinkedIn, check our WhatsApp channel. You can scan this QR to connect on the WhatsApp group, and do check our website for more information regarding the upcoming webinars, all the speaker lined up for the upcoming webinars, and all the offerings that we have, and any information related to all the certifications. And also, please do share your valuable feedback on reviews.io and Trustpilot. We're happy to take all the feedbacks. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's session. I hope to see you all for the upcoming and the remaining session of this series. Thank you, Vidura. I'll see you again. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, participant. Thank you very much.